Hi, thanks again for joining me here on this channel, 13 Divine Star Codes. I am your astrologist, Dancy, and we are in right relation with the cosmos here on this channel by using the natural sky, the undeniability of looking up shows us exactly what's happening in real time and real space, allowing us to truly align with nature's rhythms and with what's actually taking place in the cosmos above us, really keeping us in right relation with the cosmos, which keeps us in right relation with ourselves, and in turn we can be in right relation with others from that place. So I want to discuss a very important transit that's taking place, which is beginning today, July 13th, and that is Saturn's retrograde motion. So today, Saturn stations retrograde in Pisces in the nakshatra, the true nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada. So Saturn is a planetary function of one of our most sacred and fundamental laws, which is cause and effect. This is also known as karma. And Saturn is really the mandator and the appointer of our karma. It oversees our causes and in turn delivers us the equal effect of our cause. So Saturn acting as that function and going into retrograde from July 13th to November 27th is truly going to be like the hand of God acting in our life, the hand of fate, turning the tables either in our favor or in our favor in the long run, giving us time to correct ourselves and to truly see ourselves through the eyes of Saturn. So many times our ego lies to us and makes us think that we are right. And we are very lucky and fortunate to have Saturn assisting us to get on the right path and to make the necessary corrections so that we learn to create good causes in our lives. So when we make causes coming from the lower vibrations, the lower frequencies, perhaps of envy, greed, lust, dishonesty, immaturity, then we then cast a karmic web. And others can fall into this web that we've casted and participate with us in those lower level frequencies. And if we continue down that path, the actions, the causes that we took would give us effects of great pitfalls and great setbacks. And when we make better causes, clearer causes in higher frequencies such as trust, truth, love, justice, admiration, fairness, and respect for life, then we receive the great effects and the great benefits in our lives, and we feel very good and very healthy within ourselves. And so all of the causes that we make affect our relationships, and that in turn affects the quality of our lives. And so while Saturn is retrograde, we're going to be understanding the quality of the causes that we have made and seeing the results of those causes. And depending upon the house that Saturn is in for each of us will give us more information about what it is that we've been up to, and will clarify the areas of our life that Saturn is going to be acting in during this retrograde period. And the first week that Saturn stations retrograde is going to be very telling, and we will receive either great relief or great retribution. And so when the tables turn either to relief or to retribution, we then, over the retrograde period, get the opportunity to continue to make higher causes and or the opportunity to repair and to create causes in retribution of specific scenarios, specific situations that perhaps we've been either out of integrity with or not aware of certain things, and we're given the opportunity to repair at this time. And then when Saturn stations direct November 27th, that week will be an incredible week of fate, and the tables will turn again, either again in our favor or in our favor in the long run, showing us relief or showing us karmic retribution where we need to improve. So Saturn goes retrograde once a year, and it's kind of a reality check of how we've been doing. And sometimes when Saturn is in a tough house for the whole year and has been squeezing us, making us put in a lot of effort, when Saturn goes retrograde, we can receive the relief and we can receive the benefits of all of our efforts that we've been putting in. And Saturn is here to refine us, and Saturn is here to get us to the next level in our lives. And Saturn wants to see our effort and our good resolve. And Saturn wants to see us striving in the higher frequencies and creating change in our lives and creating change in the world through making changes in our lives in the highest and best ways. So Saturn in Pisces, which is where this retrograde is taking place in, has to do with liberation, freedom, solitude, infinity. And because Pisces represents infinity, it's one fish swimming one way, the other fish swimming the other way, representing unity in the whole and representing the beginning and the end. We can be receiving karma from different timelines, not just the one that we're currently conscious of. So this really is a very transcendental transit. This is a very deep and profound retrograde, considering it's happening in Pisces. And considering that Pisces is conjunct Neptune at this time, just adds this extra layer of profundity and this extra added layer of past lives and or parallel lives. There's a theory that past lives are happening in real time on a different dimension. And so we can be going deeper into these studies, and we can be also receiving, because of this conjunction, we could be receiving flashes of insights about previous existences or parallel existences. And in turn, that can inform us in our current timeline, and inform us of the complexities of our current timeline, why we were born into the family we were born into, why we have the certain experiences that we have. And that information can give us a greater sense of acceptance, a greater understanding of why things are the way that they are, and greater responsibility of our own karma and then allow us to strive more to improve ourselves and thus improve where we come from in our day in, day out deeds, in our day in, day out thoughts, and allow us to strive for better deeds, for making better causes, and in turn give us better karma. So the station retrograde happens today, July 13th at 12 degrees Pisces in the true nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada. This is a Saturn ruled nakshatra, so this is going to be very direct, very to the point. Uttara Bhadrapada is reigned over by a Naga deity, which is an emissary of celestial vital power and the bringer of the cosmic rain. So there, R-A-I-N-S. So there is a strong psychic placement here, a strong psychic ability here. So we will be receiving reflections of this cosmic rain, of the psychic ability, the psychic prominence here, receiving reflections of Kundalini energy, as well as a need for solitude, a need for soul exploration, and a reflection of fertility here. So there's so very much that we can glean from this Saturn retrograde stationing here in Uttara Bhadrapada, where most of this retrograde is taking place. Now in early November, Saturn will move so far into the beginning of Pisces that it will get into the twin of Uttara Bhadrapada, which is let me see, I'm blanking here. I have it here. Purva Bhadrapada. Forgive me on that long silence here. And so Purva Bhadrapada is the Jupiter ruled nakshatra. And so Uttara Bhadrapada and Purva Bhadrapada are twins. They are, they're symbolized as the front of the cot and then the rear of the cot, the front legs of the cot and the rear legs of the cot, which make up the full bed. And Purva Bhadrapada has to do with fire. It's known as the scorching pair. It has to do with abundance and prosperity. And it's a Jupiter ruled nakshatra. So when Saturn moves here, we're going to start receiving a lot of abundance. And when Saturn stations direct there on November 27th, that week is going to be such an auspicious and telling week for us. It will really kind of hit it on the head for us, how we have been behaving, if our causes were made with sincerity or if our causes were made with ulterior motives of gain. It will really show us and really demonstrate to us the sincerity and the generosity of our causes and our deeds, and can truly give us great prosperity, great rewards in terms of abundance, considering it's a Jupiterian ruled energy. So abundance comes in many forms. Of course, the best abundance of all is an abundance of love, an abundance of health, an abundance of wisdom, an abundance of true companionship and of friendship, of loyalty, and of course, abundance in financial reservoirs, assets. We are here on this material plane. We are not totally spiritual beings. We are in the material, and we have to operate in a largely capitalistic society, and we are changing the paradigm of that and moving into inclusion and interdependence and abundance for all. And as we make this move from capitalism to abundance and seeing abundance in all the many forms, we can really be receiving the fruits of our causes in this area at that time, at that auspicious time. So again, you know, we can really see tables turn the week of the stationing retrograde, which is right now. That's this week. So that would be a few days before the station. So today's the 13th. The tables could have started to turn 3 days ago, and the tables will continue to turn for us 3 days from now, or 4 days from now, giving us that complete week. And then on November 27th, we'll start to see the tables turn again around the 24th of November through, you know, the 1st of December. So this is going to be a very interesting, very fascinating kind of masterclass of karma and past lives and deeper understandings of our purpose here and deeper understandings of where we're coming from as the puzzles that we truly are. You know, we're, all of us is one immense puzzle. And Saturn traveling with Neptune and Pisces is going to help unravel and reveal the puzzle pieces to ourselves and help us kind of put them back in right order. So thank you so much for joining me here on this channel. It's been my pleasure to discuss this topic, and I will be doing an all signs report on this topic as well. But I'm wanting to, you know, kind of bite this topic off slowly because it is so much, and there's so much to unpack. And if you would like to see and know more about the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, please watch my earlier video titled "The Emperor is Wearing No Clothes." Thank you.